broadcast will start in 60 seconds.
This is Darius Oliver, and you're listening to 92.1 KXVS, the voice of Stockton.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS, the voice of Stockton, or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
What is up, Stockton, California, worldwide, the Central Valley? This is Chaz Day of Hella Deadass Entertainment with Rise and Shine 209, your favorite weekday morning show. Tune in Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. PST for entertainment that is right up your alley, featuring unsigned artists and small businesses from across the globe that share the grassroots local determination to grow. Do you see what I've done with those rhymes back there? So when you see me on live, I want you to comment, like, and share. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this impromptu Rise and Shine 209 interview with a couple of my favorite artists, Rob the Talented and Darian Fields. Hey. If you're a regular watcher of Rise and Shine, you have heard Darian's songs many, many times. So thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And if you listening out there didn't know, they just came out with, is it a mixtape or an album? Stockton City.
An EP.
An EP.
An EP. Okay. They came out with a DC-themed EP, Stockton City.
Yes.
So, you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, Rob and I went to middle school together.
Okay.
And then, like, but just randomly, like, ran into each other, like, 2 years ago.
Yeah, we're living in the same complex.
Yeah, we were living in the same, like, condo complex. Like, he lived right across the street from me, and, like, I didn't even know.
Uh-huh.
And we just started talking, and I was like, oh, you still make music? I was like, I make music. And we were just talking about music. He came over one time, and he had this little whiteboard, and it said Stockton City on it. It didn't have any songs or anything, but it was like, I have this idea. And I was like, let's run with it.
That's how it started. It was just, I don't know. I think one day I was watching, because I'm a real big Batman fan, a real big Joker fan. Mm-hmm. So I was just watching, I think it was probably The Dark Knight. And I just thought, I was like, Gotham City is so much like Stockton, just with all the big, like, buildings and everything. Yeah. So I was like.
And the corruption.
Right. Exactly, So I was like, we should do an EP themed like that, Stockton City,
Nice.
So. And it just ended up working out pretty well. We made a couple variations of the EP before we even dropped it.
Seriously.
So, like, we were going to drop it last October, and it was only 3 songs, but something just didn't feel like, it just didn't feel complete yet, So we ended up making, like, 10 songs, and then we just picked, like, the best 6.
Right.
Nice.
And put that out, yeah.
Give yourself more options.
Yeah, actually, I had a present for you because I remember you came to the show. Got you here on Stockton City, baby. Yeah.
Now I can finally rock a different beanie. Thank you.
Of course.
I will definitely be rocking that on the show. Shout out. Where's the camera at? Oh, they're way over there. Wait till the camera comes back to me. Well, you can see it on his beanie right now.
Yep,
Stockton City.
Stockton
Gonna be rocking it
all day.
And okay, so you said you guys, that's basically kind of the first thing you guys started working on together?
Yeah.
I think that
was the first collaboration.
Yeah. So when he first came over, he rapped a verse on my song "Paper Chasers" from my Young Astronaut album.
Uh-huh.
And so that was, like, I guess the first thing we released together.
Right.
But but day one, like, we started working on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of just was always in the works, pretty much.
So have you guys released anything else together yet?
Not yet, but we have, honestly.
You've got a gang of stuff you've worked on. It just hasn't been released yet.
So we have one in the pipeline, and then, as you could see, we're just capable of coming up with anything at any time. So
yeah,
basically, so
we released like small, like, collaborations. Like at every album since, like, 2 years ago has had a feat from him on it, like,
right.
And I do some stuff on some of his songs, but yeah, we're sitting on a lot of material, a lot
of material. That's not a bad situation to be in, So the reason we are here initially is because what was it, 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
Yeah, something like that. I never stand past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the phenomenal Stan Lee unfortunately left us. I mean, we all knew he was. It was, he was old.
Yeah,
we all
he was
knew,
old.
But it still was kind of dang. But I commented like, hey, so Marvel theme EP coming out next,
right?
And okay, now we got December 13th. If y'all want to come out to Blackwater.
Rest in peace, Stan Lee show.
Yes, we're doing it. R.I.P. Stan Lee, a Marvel tribute.
Yes.
We're going to have these guys are making a mixtape specifically for this event that will be Marvel themed. Yes. So if you enjoy comic books, you enjoy all that kind of stuff, you definitely don't want to miss this. Then you're also going to have other performers and artists.
Yeah, we're gonna book some other people to perform as well. It's gonna be a eventful night with lots of music.
And shout out to the Blackwater for having that
Blackwater.
available on such short notice
Right,
for us to use. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get to the Facebook thing so I can see if people are asking questions and commenting.
Right.
So
No, it's all good.
I'm not ignoring
I want them
y'all.
to get in those comments and let me know what Marvel superhero you want to get referenced. People get mad. Comic book world is very, very, very.
Oh yeah,
you know what
they're
I mean.
Sticklers.
They're sticklers, exactly.
We should just name the songs after the superheroes.
We should. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my research on which ones, because I know Stan was behind Spider-Man. That's why he was in like every movie. So like, I just want to figure out which ones
he was directly responsible
for. And
yeah,
because
you peeped me on game. I honestly just thought he was part of all of Marvel.
Right.
I thought he was Marvel in my mind.
I mean, technically, at the end of the day, he is the biggest piece, but I just knew that, like, when you brought up X-Men, I was like, I know he didn't have a part in that one because he actually talked about not being in those movies because of that reason. Like, he was like, my involvement wasn't strong in X-Men, so why be in the movies?
Right.
Which made total sense to me.
Yeah,
I'm going to make a song called Tobey Maguire.
That would be dope because we don't even want to think about those other those other Spider-Man, right?
Man. And it's funny about that. Even before Stan passed, I already had like a Thanos song and project like in the works. So like I might just have to like scrap some of the project and take that because I already have a Thanos song already written.
Yeah,
right.
So probably that just has to go now. This has to go on this project now. So
why not?
It's funny how it works out like that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really dope. For sure.
But and then this Friday you have a show in Lodi?
Yeah, I'm playing at Woodbridge Uncorked this Friday.
What is that exactly?
It's like a winery in Woodbridge. It's a cool little vibey spot. I'm just gonna set up and play my guitar and sing some songs. And
was I there when you did that?
Yeah, you went to that one. But you and Vince came to that one before.
Okay. That's that one with the leather seats in this. Like, okay, that one's nice. I like that one. Yeah.
Looks
like a old like cowboy joint.
It kind of does.
Like, it gives you that
Western,
that Wild West, the Wild West feel.
Yeah. Very vibey. I like it.
That's what's up though. So, and then also I have to shout out the DJ Ability show that you're on.
Right.
Now, are you doing solo?
He'll probably roll with me and do some songs for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely come out to Zap Zone on November 30th. These guys, Steve Spiffler and Don Quez, will be opening up for DJ Abilities, who is a rhyme sayers individual.
Let me put that in the calendar.
Legend in the hip hop world, the underground hip hop world. So
yeah, it should be really dope.
It will be really, really, really dope.
You said that's on the 30th?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Friday after
what time is it starting,
next. 6 is sound check.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's what I need to know.
Yeah, for y'all 6. Everybody else, you guys can come out at 6. They're going to be doing deals on the laser tag from 6 to 8, and then 8 is when the show will actually get started.
I'm down to play some laser tag for Shelly.
Yeah, I'm showing up probably around 4 or 5 so I can get some laser tag in before I got to start doing everything else.
Yeah.
But okay, so I was going to ask you what the inspiration for Stockton was, but you already kind of mentioned that the Stockton,
Yeah.
the similarities between Stockton and Gotham.
Yeah.
And then Darian, you have an album coming up, right?
Yeah,
Coming
yeah. So I'm always working on at least like 6 or 7 albums. But
Workaholic.
the next one is like 98% done. I've got one verse that's like halfway done, and that's the last thing I'm waiting on. It's all mixed and mastered and everything, and I'm probably gonna drop a single in a week or so. The first single, it's very like, it's cool. It's all like lo-fi hip hop, like
I just learned what lo-fi hip hop was.
yeah.
Let me hear your definition of it.
What did they say? Kind of like a more mellow type of hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, but I also heard it was more like instrumental. So
It can be, yeah. I think so. I set out to make these like really cool like lo-fi beats because they were just so fun to make, and then I ended up just making a bunch of songs like that, and a bunch of them went together and had like a certain theme, and it was So it just ended up working out pretty well. They're like lo-fi, like love songs. That's like hip hop and like singing and rapping. Rob has a verse on it. A couple other people. It's gonna be cool.
right on.
No, it's
right
gonna
on.
be cool.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that in February, and then for the single, we don't have an exact date for you, but stay tuned. Right.
Yeah.
So I know you're more secretive about your stuff. Is there anything
Oh no, I don't want to be totally secret. I just don't
want to make
want
false
to give
promises?
out that. Yeah. But I will say I'm working on a project called Young Demigod right now,
Okay.
and it's how do I explain it? The concept for Young Demigod kind of came from Black Panther.
Okay.
A little bit, but it wasn't necessarily. I didn't focus on the King story, like not T'Challa's story. It was more of Eric, the villain in the movie, because I really connected. Like he was from Oakland, and I was born in East Oakland, so I kind of just connected with that character on a whole different level. And I love Michael B. Jordan anyway, so I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Right.
And I loved him in Creed. He's the type of actor I would want to be if I got into acting.
Now, wasn't Black Panther one of the ones that Stan Lee had something to do with?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. Because Black Panther's part of the Avengers, and he had a big hand in the Avengers, so it's very possible.
Somebody just looked it up and seen like if there were any movies that haven't been released yet that he's still in. You know what I mean? And I believe they're making some kind of sequel to Black Panther, or I guess they had made it.
Have it in the works.
Yeah,
I believe it.
And he should be in there, and then also Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ant-Man is a funny.
Ant-Man was lit. I only saw Ant-Man 2. I didn't even see Ant-Man.
By far the most funny, like the funniest movies out of all the Marvel Cinematic Universes. Like that one is so funny. Like his cast that he has on there with the T.I. and his little crew.
Oh, yeah,
they're a
dude.
bunch of goons,
They
man.
are. Is it Paul Rudd?
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Dude, he's a funny guy too.
He's a funny guy.
I haven't seen it yet. See, X-Men messed me up for our Marvel movies because they just went so like
Right, yeah.
off the rails
Yeah.
from
Well,
the comic
They made
books.
like 25 movies.
That's what happens when Marvel sells their rights to outsourcing studios,
Yeah.
like because that's a Sony project.
right.
If I correct, or it's either Sony or Fox project, but I know it's not Marvel. That's the reason why it's so all over the place. You know,
Right.
you see what Sony did to Spider-Man. That's why Marvel had to say, okay, let me get this back. Can I have that back, please? So yeah, I keep up with. big comic book guy, you know, not really necessarily reading them, but just the storyline and keeping up with it, the lore. I'm like, yeah, I'm there. I love a storyline.
Yeah, you guys should check out Ed's program on Saturdays here, I believe at 1. It's called The Phone Booth, and it's about like pop culture, like comic book stuff and all that. He's like the expert that knows all the, the details. Maybe we should chop it up with him about the Marvel thing. He probably knows a little better.
I'm waiting for the next time Comic-Con comes back to Stockton. I can't wait.
Did you go to this last one?
I didn't. Every time
it was just like a month ago or something, right?
Like every time,
months, I think.
Every time it comes, I have something booked or I'm doing something, or every single time it's like I'm not destined to go there.
I lucked out.
Yeah.
I lucked out this year. Detroit hit me up
like
the last day. It was like, hey, I got this free ticket. I was like,
nice.
yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
There. But I haven't. That's the only one I've been to. I was in San Diego while they were having Comic-Con.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't actually go.
I know that was bananas.
Yeah, especially because I took the train down there and like.
Oh wow! So you were really in the foot traffic of it all. Yeah.
It was intense.
I think they had a Comic-Con or some kind of event during like one of the 420s, and I went out to San Jose, and there's a whole, and that was
Comic-Con combined with 420.
Okay, well, you know, because they have that San Jose, their convention center is huge. It's huge. Like it takes you, it's like a mile long or something like that. It's huge. So yeah, that was nuts. That was when I understood like how the magnitude of the of what this is all on. So
yeah. I mean, comic book fans are like.
They're diehard, man. They're some of the best fans they have.
The loyalist, like, fans, you know what I mean? Like, I need some comic book type fans. Yeah,
I'm telling you, right?
Need to
if
hook
you can
them
convert
like
that comic book nature over to music, man, you're winning.
Yeah,
you know? Or sports, too. People love their teams or sports.
Sports ball. Yeah, I'm not into
sports
that.
Ball.
Right?
It's all sports ball to me. I'm not big on it. Well, okay, so you guys are gonna produce an EP within 2 weeks, basically. We just decided today that y'all gonna do that. So, do you have any like tips that you can give other? Because you guys seem very like you're very organized with your stuff, and you can get it done quickly. So, do you have any tips for like people just starting out of how to be more focused?
I'll let you hit that first.
I was going to think about it for a second.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
I think one of the key things is writing your things down. The one thing that me and him both have in common that we didn't even, this is something we both established separate before we had met, is that when you walk into his room, there's a whole bunch of all his albums, all his thoughts, they're on his closet.
Right.
When you walk into my room or wherever I'm at, I have a whiteboard with all of these songs, all of these concepts and everything. I think the key thing is seeing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, to keep on reminding you, because sometimes it's hard to, you know, life throws a lot at you, and it's hard to stay focused. It's hard to stay driven. So I think the biggest thing is to be able to see it every day. It's like looking in a mirror. It's like you're looking at yourself every single day. So I think that's key.
Right.
You know, write your stuff down and look at it. Like, so you see your goals every day. You see, you know, everything. That's one thing I took.
I think
that I could give.
I think like songwriting as a process, like never really gets like easier in the sense that like, you know, I think if you write 100 songs, that doesn't necessarily mean song 101 is going to be the best.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
But I think as an artist, I've gotten really good at like living my life and taking that inspiration and turning it into some, like I that process of like, you know,
realizing you
taking
have something
things
to say.
in and then creating something like, or, you know, coming up with something creative out of it.
Right.
And I think that you can get better at, and that's just by just doing it. You know, I think you just have to, like I said, it doesn't mean song 101 is going to be the best song you make, but if you write 100 songs, you're going to get good at writing, like, or like, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Like,
practice makes perfect. You know, it's just like with anything. If you're playing a sport or whatever you're doing, practice makes perfect. So like anytime I tell any like these, you know, young rappers that come up to me and ask things, and I tell them like freestyle all the time, dude. Like Snoop Dogg said that when he was coming up, they were freestyling 24/7, walking
Right.
down the street by himself,
Yeah.
freestyling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like live it, live the life. You know, it's one thing to make music. No, live your music. It's way different.
Yeah.
It's way different.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think like also like just living your life is a really big part too. 'Cause
Yes,
if you
that
don't
too.
like, I mean, I stay in my bedroom, in my studio for like 8 hours a day, but I have a little poster up right behind my computer that says, "Did you blank today?" And then like the list underneath it is like, "Did you like go for a walk? Did you like breathe? Like, did you pray? Did you like
Write a
talk to
song.
your friends at all? Did you like, you know, did you listen to something new? Did you make something new?" And I think like I have to, because I love working so much, like I have to remind myself to just like also just breathe and like
Right. And just
live my life
Yeah,
too, you know?
yeah.
like
And that's what creates content, man.
you don't have anything to write about if you don't have a life.
That's
Exactly.
true. That's true. I just seen some meme somebody posted, and it was like some dude in the studio, and he's talking about like drugs or guns
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
and
dude
the
runs in, he was
producer
like,
walks in.
yeah.
You ain't never shot nobody.
You don't have no gun.
You don't have no
You don't
gun.
got a gun. Yeah, like 20. We coming up on 2019. We don't need to be lying about
Yeah,
what
you know,
got on
at
it.
this point,
Yeah.
people respect you for who you are. That's what I've learned. You know, I think like all the people I look up to, like are people who do not care what you think about them.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's key, especially in this society where everything is judgmental.
Right.
We have social media. Everybody's trying to look a certain way.
Right,
You know,
right.
and it's like, you know, I get a lot of flack about my social media game. They're like, dude, get it up. And it's like, I don't live that life though.
I know. I was
Like
just,
I'm too
I
busy
couldn't-
living it to post about it.
I couldn't find you to tag you.
Right,
The
see?
video. I found you guys' collective thing, Darian
Right.
Field, and so I was like, okay, I'll use that. But
But yeah, I need to get me like a social media like
see, and that's the
person.
thing, because Detroit's like that too, and it's like I get where y'all coming from, because
Right.
I was like that for a long time. I was like the last person to get on Instagram, but then I realized from a business standpoint, I need to do
Right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I once I got on Instagram, I was like, oh, well, forget Facebook, until I
Right.
realized, like, well, you can't make events on Instagram
Yeah.
yet. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain aspects of it that
Yeah.
you just got
I
to
think
do.
I just need a person to do it for me.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would have a social media if I wasn't an artist. Because
Right.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I didn't make music, I certainly wouldn't
I would
be on
not be.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, you know? Like, I like shout out. Is there anybody out there willing to do my Instagram? I will pay you. I'm
I'll do it for pay.
Because man,
Dude, I'll do
I
it.
know that's what I need. But
I'll
it's
do
like,
it if you want to pay me, bro.
No, but yeah, that's why there are social media managers.
Exactly, and I need
Because
one.
it's not for everybody. But yeah, you need, if you can't do it personally, you need to be able to get somebody to do it for you.
I get caught up in posts, man. I'll do a post right in the caption. 45 minutes later, I'll still be on that. Like, just, you know what
Well,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, talking or whatever I'm
Yeah,
at. Like, I'm
yeah.
very active. So,
Yeah.
it's like,
I mean, that I've done that too, but I don't. Hey, as long as you post it eventually, you know what I
Right.
mean? And sometimes it's better to take longer and get that caption right, because especially with Instagram, their
Yeah.
algorithms are
It's so weird.
oh, yeah,
now.
it's gotten complex, man. You know?
Yeah, I have
The wave is shifting. It's very, and it's, you know, the thing about it, moving forward is it's unpredictable. I don't know what
Oh,
this is
yeah.
going to do to our society. You know, this is a whole new age that, you know, no other civilization in time has lived through something like this, where everybody sees everybody else's thoughts.
Yeah, like
Scary.
what's going to be the happen? Well, it might already be here. Like when the first generation that had their whole life on Instagram, like their parents were putting them from a baby.
Oh, wow,
They're
yeah.
Right.
they're getting
I didn't even
up
think about
into, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like 10. They're about 10 years old now. What's going to
Yeah.
happen when they're 20? You know what I mean? They've literally had no
entire
privacy
life.
their whole
Documented.
Whole
life.
life, yeah.
That's crazy.
That
That would
is
be an
wild.
interesting
We're like the last-
anthropological.
We're like the last
Theorem.
generation. Like, you know, said that lived life and actually went outside and knew what it felt like to not you know, where you still got to call the house phone.
Right. Yeah,
Remember those days?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it's a trip because it blew up so fast within our lifetime. But yeah, if I go back to elementary school, we didn't have cell phones.
We didn't have
then.
cell phones like that.
Now you see little 5 and 6-year-olds got cell phones.
If you wanted to go on the internet, it was like,
Right?
Yeah.
Shoot. My mom, when I got my first cell phone, I think I was probably 15, and it had no text messages. Like, no
dude,
text.
yeah, remember when cell phones were just phones?
Just
They weren't even like text devices.
There were just no Nokias.
Well, the predictive text was like the highest bit of technology on there when they came out with that. It was like, whoa, you could.
She gave me that. She gave me a phone with no textability and like 400 minutes on it. It was like, it's only for emergencies. This ain't for you to be calling your girlfriends.
That's so funny.
Oh, man.
Only for emergencies. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting world we live in by then.
Right.
Or civilization will collapse on itself. No.
Yeah,
possibly.
It's very possible.
I think the internet's amazing though. Like artistically, like you can collaborate with people you've never even met.
That's the
I think
take with it.
It's so cool. Like I had a ton of feats on my last album, and I've never met 80% of those people.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's hostile, but there's a lot of opportunity at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's pretty much with anything. It's what you do with it. You know what I mean? Because, yes, you're definitely right. While it has, like, made us so, like, almost introverted, it does also connect people. You can find those little niche communities of people that you wouldn't have found that are like yourself, you know what I mean, for good or for bad.
Well, I think and I think the internet has made it possible to like quote unquote like make it as an artist. You know, it's like before the internet, you had to have a record deal with a record label. I
don't know if anybody's paid attention to the numbers, but the percentage of artists that have been produced after the invention of YouTube has went up like over 200% or something like that. It's something.
I mean, like Justin Bieber was discovered
Yeah.
because of YouTube.
Yeah, for real.
You know,
like the biggest pop star like alive.
Yeah, was discovered via YouTube.
Yeah.
But no, that is a really good point. Because like DJ Abilities and all those guys, they were independent artists 20 years ago. And it was possible, but the stuff that they had to go through that we don't have to go through because of the internet is ridiculous. So there's definitely an advantage. But then it's also made everybody want to do it, and now it's
very cluttered.
Exactly. It is,
especially hip hop.
Everyone's a rapper,
especially as a white man trying to rap. There's so many people who want to do that.
Right, and the sad part is they're gonna box him.
They do,
and he's like the most talented though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy has twice as much talent as I have. You know,
man, when I first heard his songs, I was like, wow, I actually. I'm super picky. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine the first time that I heard his music? He was like, "Hey, come." He was like, "I have a studio in my room. Come in." Right? I'm like, "All right, let me hear this guy's guy." Right?
Dude, he was so skeptical.
I went in with the lowest expectations I've ever had.
I was like, "I want you to rap on this song," and I played Paper Chasers for him, and he was like, "Stop."
I had to pause the beat. I told him pause the beat. I was like, "Wait, this is you?" I was like, "All right, we got something here."
I think you literally like looked at me and you were like, "I didn't expect that."
I sure didn't.
Yeah. No, I get boxed in for being a white rapper, but it's cool.
And
I think I bleached my hair.
I was like, the bleached hair didn't help.
Right. The bleached hair was more like a rebellion against like just not having like a real job anymore. I've been a full-time musician for about 5 months now.
Both of us.
I'm #blessed for that. And I've kind of, it was just a rock star move, I guess.
You said 5 months. I think I'm on like 9 or 10, something like that, close.
Yeah. I feel you. It's been since July for me. So.
And that's why I like Stockton City. Because it shows exactly what me and him are capable of. Like, it hits everything.
It's a really cool, like, mix of a bunch of stuff. Like, at some points, it's kind of like punk rock rap.
Right.
At some points, it's, like, super funky. Like, Some points it just slaps.
Cameron, Abby James.
Yeah.
He knows you from Darian Field's band.
Yeah.
With, so I was showing him the songs. He was like, "What the? I didn't know this dude rapped. Like, what the heck?"
Yeah. No.
Cam go way back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his mom used to work with my mom.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I think that's how that worked.
See, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
1
so
degree of
me and him-
separation.
Yeah, for real.
Because I know Ryan Blodgett. I've known him for years. And he
Oh,
was
yeah.
your
Oh, yeah.
drummer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how come I've never heard of your band until this year? What the heck?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That collective's been around for a while now too. Abby James, Steve Spiff, like all of those guys, we all came up
Braxy.
rapping. Yeah, Braxy. We all came up rapping together. Like me and Steve and Cam, I think all had our first shows at like 15 together. Yeah, so backyard with a broken stage, man. Like,
I think that was at my buddies Ryan and Randall.
I think it was.
Ryan and Stephen Randall's house.
It probably
'cause,
was.
Yeah, Cam has told me one of his first shows that Steve Spiffler was on. They used to throw party shows at their house all the
Yeah.
time. Back in the day, you could just go to a house party and have a show at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad you don't remember because I bombed that. I had to tell the DJ, hey, bring the beat back. I forgot my verse. Oh man, I went through the roughest performances. Like,
at least you got him out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
seriously.
My first show, my DJ got too drunk, so I had to DJ
no.
myself
Oh,
and do the
no.
sound. And
Oh no.
so I was like,
Oh, you-
He
I
was
didn't
like,
care
we at
about
the hip
bombing
hop
at this-
show.
I hope you told him you're fired.
Man, yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the Apollo at the where is it at? At the not at the Bob Hope, but at I forgot what it's called.
Was
It's
it like
downtown.
downtown? Never
Yeah,
mind.
where they used to have the Apollo at.
I think that is a Bob Hope, ain't it?
Yeah.
No, was it the Bob Hope? I think they had it at another spot downtown.
Well, Bob Hope used to be the Fox Theater.
Right. Okay, maybe it was the Bob Hope then. Because that was like
Pretty
one of
sure
the
the
most
Apollo, yeah.
That was the most nerve-wracking shows. That was a lot of people. That was the first time where I was like, whoa.
They still actually like
Yeah.
have the cane that they pull you off stage.
I think they did. I was mad. We came in second place. I was trying to win that money, man.
At least you didn't get booed off, though. You
Oh,
know, like
yeah.
so that's
Thank
still a
God.
win.
Yeah.
That's still a win, in my opinion.
Yeah, you go way back with like a bunch of
Yeah.
all these people, yeah. And I
Seriously.
think for me, like, cause it's kind of crazy, cause like I've been playing music in and around like this area since I was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
But
How
it was
old
a
are- how old are
totally
you now?
different market. I'm 25.
Right.
It was a totally different market because I was, playing guitar and singing with a band, and
Right.
it's kind of crazy because it feels like I'm starting over because I'm really like just breaking into like a brand new like
Genre.
yeah. But it's been really helpful like having like the endorsement from like Rob because he knows everyone,
Right.
and when I roll up with him, they're like, okay, this guy must be legit. But if I would have just show up myself, they'd be like,
Vice versa too, because he's got me a lot into more pop and like acoustic feel. Like
Yeah,
I did my first performance with a mic on a stand with him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause he's been like coming up and like rapping his verses when I play with my band, and it's super
Yeah.
cool. Like it's a crazy new feel. Like
You guys definitely should check out the Blackwater, especially the open mics.
Oh yeah, I'm
because
definitely gonna do that tonight.
That's what the dope thing about it is, because you'll get people coming out and playing the keyboard, playing guitars, and then somebody will get up and rap over it or sing over it. It's
Yeah.
like a fusion
Right.
of
That does sound really
genres.
dope. We
You
should
know?
go hit that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
seriously.
and then Ryan be there half the time.
Yeah,
with
he's
all
he's
different
always
kinds
there,
of drums.
yeah. Oh, Ryan's mad talented.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most talented drummers I personally know.
I've been playing. I think I started playing with him when I was like 18. So we played together for years.
Right.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yep.
Going back to the social media, you're gonna have some posts for me to post this later?
Yeah. Again, guys, December 13th.
Yes.
It's gonna be dope.
R.I.P.
I'm really
Stan
excited
Lee.
to work on it.
Yeah,
am too.
I'm a big nerd in comic books and all that stuff. So I'm So I'm like, free show, guy. And
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned that. It's free.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's free.
And that's rare. We stay putting on
You have
free
an
shows.
obligation to come out to a free show.
For real, for
You're
real.
losing money if you don't.
You're losing.
But yeah, get some flyers going as soon as possible. Can even go ahead and do the Facebook event.
Yes,
Get that set up.
Yeah.
And so artists, they'll be hitting y'all up
Yeah.
to collab on that. And I'm sure Channel always does some kind of food thing. So, and they got beverages. So you cover it on all ends. You guys should definitely come out to do that. Anything else you guys wanted to touch on?
Oh yeah. November 17th. If you guys are into fighting, go watch my boy Edgar. He's fighting in Modesto. Go to my just go to my Instagram page. It'll be up there. I'm gonna post it soon.
Nice. You say you fight too.
Well, not yet. I'm training
Okay.
right now though.
Okay.
So yeah, getting
on.
into it.
I don't fight.
He's the golden child.
Right.
$10,000 hands.
$10,000 hands. I protect this man at all costs when we go out. You know.
That's dope. Are you trying to get into it in Modesto, or are you trying to get into it out here?
Oh yeah, I train out here.
I
train out here.
Right
Coach Moses. I think he's trained a few fighters now for a couple of years. So yeah, no, it's going good though. I like it. I like the team and the environment, and
Nice.
you know, and I think it does a great thing for my psyche for rapping. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it makes me
mean,
express it a little bit differently.
why do you think so many old school rappers love Bruce Lee and martial arts? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
hip hop
Yeah.
and martial arts used to be like
Yeah.
brother and sister back in the day.
Yeah.
Because I think martial arts, and that is mixed. I consider that, still
Right.
martial arts.
Of course it is.
That's great for anybody's psyche, I
It
would
is.
believe. So
It's to master yourself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a big Bruce Lee fan, so like I even follow. It's funny, he has an Instagram, and I follow his Instagram. But he always they always post like inspirational things and always things Bruce always used to say, and it's
Right.
just like gets me.
I
want to
find a Jeet Kune Do instructor. So
They
bad,
have.
but-
I want to say they have one in like Oakland or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's the thing. That's the closest ones they have are in the Bay Area.
And
that's
Wing
not
Chun
really-
too. The style he studied
studied,
before he
yeah.
made Jeet Kune Do. So yeah, I'm definitely
Wing
checking out.
Chun, I believe that's a Wing Chun place.
There's
Like,
one in
right-
Stockton. There is.
Right
There
here.
is.
Yeah.
It was like right there. Yeah.
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 I was gonna check it out, but I have to be in
He
a
sells snow
certain.
cones, too.
Does he? That's
He
crazy.
has a little cart.
Oh, that's so
and he does
dope.
like coffee and like pastries and like
What?
Yeah, he's
Are
a
you
dope
serious?
dude,
Come over
yeah.
here and come kick some butt and eat some snow cones, bro.
Yeah. And then a screamer isn't
A screamer, yeah.
we have
Actually,
some really big
I used to do a
screamer
screamer,
people
yeah.
out here. Discovery right there
yeah.
does that too.
With Master Torres,
Mm-hmm.
I used to do a screamer with him in Taekwondo. So I trained before I started training again. So like, I think I did Taekwondo from like 9 to about like 14,
Mm-hmm.
and then I stopped because I was getting into girls and football. So, but I always had a knack for fighting. Like, I just love the art behind it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I guess now that the more I look into it, because I just love Bruce Lee's philosophy.
Yeah.
So I always wanted
That's
to
what
do
it
that
is, yeah.
for like the philosophical training that comes with it.
Right.
But then I'm realizing that they all have their own version of a philosophy that you can follow. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So I just need to pick one and do it. I
Right.
just
It's
need
like
to
my
do
coach.
it.
My coach always asks, like, "Why are you fighting?" That's the biggest question you have to ask yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you fighting? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Discipline.
yeah, and that's exactly why I'm in the gym, because
Yeah.
it made me just so much more attentive with my music. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like take that serious as serious as I always took it serious.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got in the gym and I seen that work ethic, I was like, oh, okay, I got my hunger back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so
That's dope.
yeah.
That's dope.
2019, Darian Fields Rather Talented. We will be going hard on time.
I coined 20 Shine Teen, because this was 20 Great Teen. because everybody's had a really great year. I didn't coin that one, unfortunately, but 2019, I got the first hashtag
I like
on.
it. I like it.
I like that.
I'm about it.
Yeah, especially like 209. Like this last year has really just been popping off for so many people.
On the rise.
We getting there.
I've been trying to
I just
tell
want to be
everyone.
at the top of the hill when it gets there. You know what I'm saying?
I've been trying to tell everyone that, like, if one person comes up from here, we're all gonna come up. So why don't we all just work together?
Exactly, exactly. Well, That's one thing I have noticed this year is more people are realizing that. You know what I mean? Because I've known Cameron and them since back in the day, and I used to do like light promo and stuff, and that was one thing. Is like everybody was like crabs in a bucket. Like nobody was letting nobody up.
Barrel, man,
you know,
Yeah.
and there are still some people that have that more like mentality,
Me against everybody or whatever,
but I've realized that enough people are collaborating.
Right.
That those people have to eventually come on board, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like,
you just gonna
come
stand
on,
at the
man.
bottom hating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on,
Like,
let's get this money. Like, come on.
for real. But yeah, that's why,
love it.
things like the DJ Ability Show and actually getting, not to say that we don't have talent here or whatever, but part of, that is getting us on the map as far as the destination.
Yeah.
Show that we have dope shows that you can go to. You can have a show in Stockton and your stuff ain't gonna be stolen or you get shot or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. We have to change the dynamic.
The way everybody thinks
the
about it,
dynamic of our city, and I think that starts with. I think music rules the world. I think that's a
yeah.
lot of people don't understand that music
Yeah.
really does rule the world. It dictates how it rotates. So it's our job.
Sound is vibration.
Exactly. So I think it's our job to facilitate. Just making Stockton better. So.
And that's the thing too. Like a lot of the events I do are straight family friendly, where you can't cuss at all. You know what I mean? But some of them, it's like you can cuss, but still don't want you talking about just straight like doing opioids and like all this stuff. Because and I've had people like kind of get mad at me, and it's like, if that's your thing, that's fine, but you have to realize that mentality and putting that out into the universe is what has. How many people have OD'd just this last year?
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
it's a whole new generation. It's like the crack epidemic all over again.
And it's like, we know it's dope. You know what I mean? Like, we know, just because it's prescription, like, what that is.
Yeah.
So it's weird that people, like, when did being an addict become cool to where you talk about it in your songs?
I was like,
get everyone repeating it too. Like that's just not good vibes.
Exactly.
It's a bad epidemic that's going on right now, and it's like, it's funny. I told somebody the other day, my boy, he's living with us right now, and he was listening to all these rappers, and I was like, dude, do you hear what he's saying though? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, let me tell you something. When I was growing up, the rappers were talking about selling the drugs, not using the drugs.
And even that was looked down upon by the OGs
As
at
the
that
OGs,
time.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
down.
like, why are you promoting selling drugs? But at least that makes more sense to me than being the drug addict.
Yeah.
Because now I look back and I'm like, I'm glad I had the rappers that I had, to make me who I am today.
Well, I think too, like a lot of them are just talking about stuff that they don't even do.
Right.
They're just talking about it.
Fabrications left and right. People
Future
are paying.
said in an interview, he was like, "I don't do drugs, you silly goose." Like, I was like, "Well, bro, that's all you rap about."
Like, well, can you stop again? You done got 1 million people to do them. So
Right, exactly.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Everybody hates on Russ, but Russ said one of the truest statements is like, you guys are out here spending like $10,000-$20,000 a month on social media to make it look like it's all fabrication at this point, And me and him have never been like that. Right. Like if you look at our views, those are real views. Yeah. Those aren't fabrications. Like that's what we do.
Organic,
Organic.
Yeah. I also don't rap or sing about anything that I don't do.
Right. Honestly, I think I'm too honest because sometimes it came back to bite me in the butt a couple times. Like it's
I
like,
know.
you know,
me too,
right? So it's like name drops and stuff, and it's like
I have no problem
it's usually the women, but I'm not gonna name any names right now.
Well, I've kind of wrestled with that myself. how on it, because there's things that I've written that's like, I think so and so might, even if it's not about somebody, after I write it and read it, I'm like, that kind of sounds like so.
Sounds like them though. Yeah. Yeah.
I've gotten in trouble for songs. Like
Yeah. I made a song about shady friends, and my friends were like, "What the heck, dude?" I'm like, "Bro, it wasn't about you. Like, do you feel like you're shady if you had to say that?" Like,
I was just recording a song about fake friends at Cameron's house, and he's like, "Is this? Do you think I'm a real friend?"
right? And it's like, hold on.
I'm not even entertaining this question with you right now, dog. Like, what the heck?
Why would you even think that? Like, you must have, like, there's got to be a little guilt trip in there. So, yeah, right. I was like, what have you done to me lately then? Let's go over this. Like,
for real. But that being said, like you said, if it's true to life, I've kind of just been like, well,
yeah,
they just going to have to be mad. People going to be mad anyway.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. The thing, people are going to be mad, but they're going to respect you. And people always find out the truth. It always comes to light. There's only so long where you can fake it. Eventually, we're going to see through that, you know?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think people really vibe with your music if it's honest. And I think that like there's just no other way around that. You know what I mean? Like the reality is like all of these rappers who are rapping about stuff that they probably don't even like live or whatever, like they're not gonna be around forever. You know who is gonna be around forever is everyone who just like is really real.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
And there's this podcast I listen to on SoundCloud called Super Duty Tough Work. And it's Blueprints. He's another rhyme sayer. He gives advice on all kinds of stuff, but he's been an independent artist for 20 years, like surviving off of his own thing, you know what I mean? And his thing is you only need 1,000 true fans. Like the fans that are going to buy your album when they come out, going to buy your merch when they come out, you know what I mean? So concentrate on cultivating that. And even if it takes you, you know, if you get one fan a month or whatever, you're eventually after a few years going to have that solid fan base. Because if you get 100,000 followers in a matter of months, they're not really going to be messing with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, are they really paying your bills though? Because I tried to tell somebody the other day, they're like, "Are you trying to get rich?" I said, "No, I just want to pay my bills."
I
don't want to be that rapper that's like is going for, you know, if it comes in, it comes. But I'm not striving for that. My goal is, am I happy with my life?
Right.
Can I put a roof over my head?
Exactly.
And you know, I go from there.
Right.
Know, so.
Yeah. Have you guys looked into putting your music in like TV shows, movies?
Yes,
that
I
kind
have
of stuff?
actually started to look into that.
I have yet to do that, but I think, I don't know. I'd be super down for that.
Start looking into that, because that's a great way of pacifying your income.
The funny thing, I actually have we got to talk about that later.
Okay.
Because my uncle actually has a direct gateway to that. Where,
What?
Yeah, you know, well,
You didn't say anything?
My uncle is. Shout out to my uncle, my uncle Michael McGlory. But he's been sampled by Jay-Z and all kinds of people. So he has a lot of, and he lives right in the middle of LA. He's been there for forever. So like,
that's wild. Yeah. All right. We'll for sure talk about that.
I just wanted to make sure before we made any big moves with him, you got to make sure your stuff is right. You got to be ready. And I wasn't ready at any time. And now, you know, he wasn't ready.
Do you guys sample a lot in your beats?
No, we really don't.
Okay, because that's the only thing that makes that difficult.
I mean, we have
the lo-fi tape. I have a couple of samples.
Right. I mean, we do have a lot of samples, but not within actually making the music. We do a lot of audio samples,
like audio cuts from like all of the Stockton City, like the Batman clips.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the Harley clip in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like we like those. I like those.
Right.
But not so much in the music.
Yeah, not necessarily like sampling like somebody's like piano or like whatever.
Right.
Everything's pretty much from scratch.
You can lightweight get away with it. You know why? Because music, people who are looking for music, they're looking for the samples in the music. They're not looking for film samples. Like the film guy has to go look for the films, you know?
Yeah.
I guess I figure like if something ever
Well,
happened...
actually, no, they do look for, even for film, they... Because I know somebody that's in the process of doing it, and they were trying to register with ASCAP, and it took them like days because they had to go find every little sample that they ever used. Like, But
oh no, I meant as in like getting hit with a copyright, like for the film in your you know what I'm saying, like the audio clips in your music, you're probably gonna get hit for your sampling the music first before actually getting hit for audio clips. You know,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, yeah, I definitely recommend. It's better. You got the connect, then y'all should be good.
Yeah.
But
You didn't say this before.
I was waiting for 2019 to come, honestly, bro. But yeah, we can.
We've been making hits.
We have been making hits,
and especially if you guys can, make them that quickly.
Yeah,
you guys can be.
And I kind of wanted him to see it, so that way he can like say something. He did say something the last time I saw him. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, he did say something. So it's not like he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, had a great time today. A very productive day.
Yes, I'm excited again. The
Decided
13th of December. If you guys are into Marvel and Stan Lee.
R.I.P. Stan Lee show.
Yes, at Blackwater, 8 to 11. Doors, I'll say 7.
Yeah.
You can come chill for a while. Get some drinks and food from the cafe and get to jamming.
It's gonna be sweet.
Yep. It's gonna be cool.
Do you think you guys are gonna stick with hip hop, or will it be like a mix of genres?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What else is kind of unpredictable? I mean, it's whatever we feel. You know,
It's
if it
whatever
comes
we make.
out and that's what it's supposed to be, that's what it was supposed to be. Same thing with Stockton, and like it just came together. Like,
yeah, it really just, I guess, depends on what I feel like doing when I'm in the studio. If I feel like singing, I'm gonna sing. If I feel like rapping, I'm gonna rap.
Well, you don't have to be a hip hop head to enjoy their music anyway. So,
right. Oh, but it will have it's very much going to be hip hop based.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
I classified at least my music as pop first, with but it's
hip-hop.
like heavily like hip hop influence.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Sometimes
It's funny. Usually people are so scared to classify themselves as pop.
I don't get what the
And
issue is.
I don't get it either. It's like Beatles were pop, man.
Pop,
There's been
pop
great
is literally just short for popular. Like Jimi Hendrix was a pop artist. He was like,
Right.
Yeah.
pop is not a bad word. I don't get why
Yeah.
people treat it like it is.
It's funny because I was trying to break into the pop wave. That's why I thank God for him. Because he's like, ushered me right into it. So it's like doing things, my beat selection has changed drastically after us getting together, like so drastically. It's crazy. Like beats I would have never listened to back in the past. So I'm like, this is flames. People have no idea, So like,
yeah. I mean, it's funny because a lot of like OG producers and samplers and stuff, like they're messing with Stills and Croft and Michael George or George Michael and
George
you know what I
Michael,
mean,
yeah.
like all that kind of stuff that a lot of hip hoppers wouldn't consider like even listening to, and it's like no, originally hip hop took from everywhere.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so again, this Friday, if you're in or around Lodi, you will be at Uncorked.
Woodbridge Uncorked.
Woodbridge Uncorked.
Be playing
And what
some
time
songs,
is your set?
7 to 9.
7. Oh, you playing a whole.
I do a few hours.
That boy
Yeah.
does
Dang.
shows.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I got songs. I got songs for days.
He's mastered that cafe.
Is that your Darian Fields band music, or is it?
So it's just gonna be me. I'm just playing a guitar and singing, but I do. I mean, a number of stuff. Like I might throw in like a Maroon 5 cover or whatever. But
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
I have a lot of songs. And before I started releasing hip hop music, I had a lot of like very John Mayer, Jason Mraz
Right,
like type
yeah.
of, So I have all of that in my back pocket still.
Right.
And I still make music like that. I'm working on another album like that too. So
Right.
Yeah, he's mastered that cafe scene, man. He's something else. Seriously. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know the guy. I'm always dropping $1 in the tip jar.
That's
yeah,
dope,
if you come to
though.
the show, drop $1 in the tip jar, please.
Is that another free
Pays my
show?
rent. It's a free show.
Yeah, that's free, yeah.
How you paying rent and all you do is free shows?
He
venues
gets
pay me to
the
play.
venues
Okay,
pay him,
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
So
Okay.
he gets cut
And-
that check. That's why I'm proud of this
Right.
man. Like,
And
and
I
I
get-
get that check, man.
I get like probably like $50 a month from like Spotify too. Like it's not a
Oh,
ton,
right
but I get some royalties from my.
That's what I'm
music
saying,
online.
man. That get in them
Yeah,
TV shows and
right.
stuff. And hip hop is really like getting big in that arena.
Oh, really?
I'm watching shows that like it was some Australian show, and just randomly for ambience music, they're playing hip hop.
Right.
And it's just a bunch of white people on the show. Like, you know what I mean? Not that there's anything
No, I know
against
what
it.
you mean.
Right.
But
I
it's
know
just
what
like
mean.
you would never
That's
expect.
insane.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Commercials
So-
and everything starting to
Yeah.
endorse it more, you know, so it's like,
get on that, because then you just make that song once and sit back
Yeah.
and collect.
I
shit.
really
I'm for
want
sure
to. I
trying to
really
do
want to do something with Marvel.
Just
I
make
hope they do
sure,
this.
because there's like two types. I'm sure there's more, but there's
Two types of,
the
like,
type,
licensing?
where they want to own your music, and then there's the type where they just pay you to use it.
Right.
Right.
Obviously, you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
don't ever let anybody
Well,
own
hey,
your stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, I'll let them own some. I have so much music that I have music to give. If you want to own it, I do not care. If that's what gets my name out there, I can make a
Right.
whole another contract.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like you own that music.
Right.
Like I'll never let anybody own my actual name.
Right.
Yeah.
You won't
That
let
can
them
never
prince
go
you.
down.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that'd
Not
be
getting
super.
princed.
John Bellion is like scoring a Pixar movie.
Really?
Which is so dope. Like that's exactly
Is
what his
he
music
indie?
sounds like. It's like hip hop mixed with Pixar. It's crazy. Like,
Is he indie or is he signed? to something?
he's signed.
He's signed.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he's just signed a deal like I think like last year, like with people from Pixar. Like he's gonna score a movie for them.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna
dope.
be
though.
We
wild.
have a cat from out here. His name is Pismo.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He just moved back to Stockton. He'd been in New York and L.A. doing that stuff for the last 20 years.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? So,
So
it's
cool.
it's easier now to
Doing
get it out
doing
there.
what
but it's,
exactly?
Scoring movies.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And he does music for him? Wow. Maybe
Yeah,
I
I'd
need to
for
get
sure
in
be-
contact with him.
I always think of forgetting Sarah Marshall because what's his name plays like that's his job too. Like he like plays the piano while watching movies and
Right.
gets paid for that. And I was like, that's pretty sick. Like I for sure do
Yeah,
that.
seriously. Yeah, I was into that when I saw the making of how George Lucas had his that orchestra for Star Wars. That is masterful, man. When you watch that, it's like, jeez, he's blew everybody out the water with his production for his movies.
Yeah, you can control the whole
Right.
orchestra. Your stuff should be dope, I would hope.
Man,
But
this was fun.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Got
I'll
to
definitely have you
decompress a
back
little bit.
so you can freestyle.
Oh yes, I will for sure do that. I was in business mode, but like next time I'll come back with a animal instinct mentality.
I'll come
Right.
back with bars, but
Come
they'll
back
they'll
with-
for sure be written.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
fine.
no, I'll load up. I'll load up the clip in the head. I don't have to. I'll just think about it. It just comes out.
This man,
Y'all gonna be in Woodbridge this time, but you should definitely come out to Mixed Metaphors in December.
Dude, yeah.
Yes.
Every time you have one of those, I have a show somewhere else, but
Yeah,
we'll make it work.
drag me out. I don't know why I haven't been coming. I don't know. Why I haven't been.
Yeah, you have no excuse.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
yeah, are you gonna be at his show on Friday? Because if you're not,
Yeah.
she's gonna-
Yeah.
okay.
For sure.
But yeah, there's 2 more opportunities to get in on the championship round, which will be January. And that'll be like a $250 prize.
Oh wow.
What?
Yeah,
Crazy.
I have to check that out.
definitely. So again,
Who competes in that?
I think
and
Braxy's won one
I
time.
used to, yeah, Braxy's one of the winners. Zeps is one of the winners. Mad Spill is one of the
Yeah, I know
winners.
Matt is in there.
Zach Boccia from Three Thieves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
one of
just
the
met him
winners
at the function.
And then this cat, his
Oh,
name
so
is
this is-
Romans. I don't think he's from out north, and like I only know him because his roommate I do event stuff
Mm-hmm.
with. I didn't know either one of them rapped. They just, but they
So-
both rap like super dope.
So this is all the winners, and they're all going in.
Well,
That's for-
January will be when all the winners go in. So
it's gonna be for the
yeah,
for the belt,
there's
for the
there's
strap?
2 more. There's 2 more before the championship one.
Oh man, that's
Actually, it
huge.
might be 1 more. I might take a break in December because I have a food show, and
Right.
kind of want time to focus on January. So
huge bragging rights coming
we'll
up.
see. Yeah, we'll see. This
Huge
might be the
bragging
last one. Yeah, this is pretty much the only event like this out here.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I'm
Yeah,
mad
I've been
I'm not
meaning to
in
make it out to one of those.
I'm mad I'm not in it, man. I swear I'd be a champion.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
It's not too
Come
late.
out. Come out.
See what my schedule
If you
looks
guys
like.
do one in December, I'll try to make that, but I can't make it this month.
Oh no, get your money, baby. I feel it.
For real.
But again, thank you so much, guys, for
Yeah,
coming out and
thanks for
talking.
bringing us out. It was
We'll be happy to
fun.
be here.
This DJ Ability, well, this Friday at Woodbridge Uncorked, DJ Ability show on the 30th, and then December 13th, R.I.P. Stan Lee.
R.I.P. Stan Lee. What a mixtape to go with it.
Yes. Brand new mixtape just for you. But all right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. This was your girl Ches Day with Rise and Shine 209 with the voice of Stockton on KXVS Radio. My guests, Darian Fields and Rob the Talented. Again, thank you so much. Look for them on, well, are you on Facebook at all, Rob?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay. Look for them mostly on Instagram and sometimes on Facebook.
Sometimes.
Let me, actually here, let me put some Darian on. My favorite one.
Yeah, put some Darian Fields on. We like that.
Fashion. No, it's for show. Why are you saying it weird? It's fashion, baby. Fashion is my life.
I be that pretty white boy with hair like a greaser. I don't do features. I've been running games so long, now my knees hurt. Everybody need merch, crew neck and a t-shirt. I've been rapping since 4th grade, do your research. Colder than a freezer, hotter than a heater. At the same damn time, you would think that I got a fever. Find me sipping on a Stella, chilling with the fellas. Take a bet on which of us will be the first to play Coachella. I got so many dogs, you would think my name Cruella. Cheesing so much, people call me mozzarella. Where I'm from, we say hella. Bar like Cinderella, spit bars till we start to take flight like a propeller. Flourished since the day I was born. Are you jealous? My pretty rose ain't got no thorn. Bella. Couldn't care less what you think of.